Sunday, the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives called the President of the United States an imposter. Speaker of the House called the President an imposter. The guy 63 million people voted for, the guy who won an electoral college landslide, the Speaker calls an imposter. That's what's happened to our country, to this Congress. The Speaker's statement says it all. The Democrats have never accepted the will of the American people. Democrats don't trust the American people. The American people who wanted to send someone to this town who was willing to shake it up a bit, they don't trust that. And they have tried to do everything they can to undo what the American people decided on November 8th, 2016. They've been out to get the president since the day he was elected. The whistleblower's lawyer, the whistleblower's legal team said this, January 30th, 2017, president been in office about a week. Coup has started. First of many steps. Next sentence, impeachment will follow ultimately. I guess we're in the final step. Started 3.5 years ago. Congressman Tlaib started this Congress. First day of Congress said, impeach the president. Representative Green said, if we don't impeach him, the president's going to win re-election. We got to do it. Most importantly, 5 Democrat members of this committee voted to move forward with impeachment before the phone call ever happened. The truth is, the attacks actually started before the inauguration, even before the election. The ranking member talked about this in his opening statement. July 2016, FBI opens an investigation, the so-called Trump-Russia coordination collusion, which was never there. Opened an investigation, spied on 2 American citizens associated with the presidential campaign. My guess is that's probably never happened in American history, but they did it. Go read the complaint. Bullet point number 1 on page 1 of the complaint. What does the so-called whistleblower says? What does he say? Over the past 4 months, more than half a dozen U.S. officials formed the basis of this effort and this complaint that he's filing. I want to know who those more than half a dozen officials are. We want to call them as witnesses, determine their... It's tough to determine someone's credibility if you don't know who they are and you can't put them under oath and ask them questions. Everyone should know that.
What about Mr. Vindman's concerns that he raised in his opening statement that the ask to investigate the Bidens could potentially undermine national security? What's your reaction to that?
My reaction is always to say what I said this morning. There are 4 fundamental facts that have never changed. Never changed. Mr. Vindman is not the first one we've talked to who has been on the call. We've heard from President Trump and President Zelensky. We got the transcript. Both President Trump and President Zelensky said no conditions, no pressure, no pushing, no quid pro quo. We've got the transcript that shows that. We know the Ukrainians did not know at the time of the call that aid had been withheld. And tell me what action President Zelensky or the Ukrainians took to get the aid turned back on. Did he do a press conference? Did he issue a statement? Did he say he was going to investigate and do certain things? None of that happened. Those 4 facts have never changed, even though you got all this stuff that Adam Schiff wants to talk about and leak from these depositions. These are all just, that's all it is. None of the basic things have ever changed.
The meeting never happened. The meeting that the Ukrainians wanted did not happen. And he raised concerns, Vindman raised concerns that did not happen amid this push for an investigation into the Bidens. That was a concern he raised with the National Security Council lawyer.
President Zelensky and President Trump met at the United Nations.
But he said the meeting that they were trying to get this meeting. It didn't happen.
President Trump and President Zelensky met at the United Nations. Yeah, I don't.